Hi there, welcome to Funding by Alex. Today I would like to discuss with you what to expect when you are pitching to investors, when you go into due diligence, when you are making a deal. I cut this up in a couple of stages. First of all, reaching out to investors. You have to prepare a teaser deck. So, a teaser deck is actually a short version of your pitch deck, the short version of the presentation you would give to them. A teaser deck doesn't contain all the information, doesn't have to contain all the financials also. A fuller deck, yeah, prefer a more complex, a more complete deck for presenting. That is important for the moment when you are presenting to investors. Now, it's a numbers game, so reaching out to investors means that maybe out of 1,000, you get two people who would like to speak to you, maybe a little bit more, maybe little bit less, but don't get discouraged by rejection or a lack of reply. These people are very busy. They get a lot of different proposals from different startups throughout the week, throughout the day. The issue is also that you only read in the press about the success stories. Oh, this company got funded, that company got funded. You don't see how many companies are actually out there to try and get funded and how few VCs actually make deals. The VCs maybe make only one, two deals a year, and there are so many startups that need funding all the time. So see it in perspective. Don't get discouraged by rejection. So it has to be the fuel of your passion. The fuel of your passion, meaning go on and play the numbers. First meeting time. So finally, someone says, yes, let's set up a meeting. Normally, you start at the bottom rung of the ladder, unless it's a very small fund or an angel investor, meaning you talk to an analyst, someone who would really like to know everything about the opportunity, everything about the market, every detail that, they assume they don't know anything. So that's something you need to keep in mind. They want to know, they want to understand what you're doing and whether you are able to do it. Yeah, you have a great idea, but if you have no experience and no background in it, yeah, then it's very unlikely that you will be willing or that you're able to do it. So it doesn't have to be perfect the first time around. It is also very important to stress. So you learn while doing. Don't lose any sleep over it. If you lose any sleep over it and you get an investment, every minute you lose sleep, yeah, please do stay up all night. But otherwise, do have a good night of sleep because being rested is very important. Sometimes VCs and also angels, they are just wasting your time because they like to gather information. They have other investments or they're eyeing a certain sector. They don't even have dry powder. Dry powder means capital to invest. They just are looking to keep you, yeah, warm for a future opportunity, basically. And again, don't get discouraged by rejection because even after the first meeting, you think, oh, I did very well. Yeah. And then they don't get back to you or they reject you outright. Yeah. Don't get discouraged because, again, this is an experience game and a numbers game. So keep on contacting new investors and doing the same thing. So then we come to follow up meetings. Yeah. Because they will not hand you a check right after the first meeting. That is very rare. Those are those stories that you hear in bars like, oh, this guy met me for 20 minutes and I got $1 million. Yeah, that's stuff that is from movies. As mortals, most of the people in the industry, they will not have that luck. Like I said, it's very difficult to find investors, very difficult to get the time of investors. And when they meet you, they would like to know more about you. It's a bit like getting to know each other. A very wise man said to me once, doing business is getting to know each other. So would you hand a total stranger $1 million? No, you would like to know who he is, where his family lives, what kind of background, what is getting him motivated, what are the downside of the downers of his personality, basically. All these things are very important. So don't expect right away to have a check in the first round. So fast and fundraising, those are two words that don't get used in the same sentence very often. Then they will come up in the follow-up meetings with an in-depth understanding of the opportunity. So that means they want to know everything. They want to see, okay, the first one is an introduction. Who are you? What is the idea? Then they want to know the feasibility of the idea. It sounded good enough to have another meeting. Don't expect it to be uh, lead to right away to an investment, but follow-up meetings are at least a sign the interest is there and they want to know more. So more details and more preparation are needed. So you need to probably also share your financials. If you are pre-revenue, at least some traction projections, something to show why this is a feasible idea. Otherwise, financials of the last 2 years of your company. So audited financials, very important, not just something you pull from your accounting system or from QuickBooks or something like that. You really need to bring it. Then, when they are finally ready to invest, it's term sheet time. So you will get a conditional offer. Conditional offer meaning there will be due diligence, meaning they will check whether everything you said is true. Then the way it works is new shares will be issued in an equity round. So meaning your shares will be expanded with new shares. So the total shares in the company will increase, and that means that your equity will be diluted. So you're not selling existing shares in your company, you're selling new shares in your company, which means currently you may be holding 10%, but maybe after you do a fundraising round, you maybe hold 7 or 8%. So this is the moment where also valuation may become a topic. That depends a little bit on the stage where you are. Don't get hung up on high valuation. I think I've covered this in a previous video already. But some founders really want to push for the biggest valuation possible. Now that's very nice, but the next round, then you need capital. It will become a very expensive exercise for investors, meaning it will be more difficult for you to fundraise. So look more at what you need, not at how much you can get. That is, I think, a very important lesson to learn. Fundraising is not, oh, I need a bag of money, see how much money you can get for me. It is really, I need this money to do this and expand the business with this so we can earn this. So this is actually a point where a lot of founders that I've met are a bit clouded with thinking like venture capital companies are just handing out bags of money. So valuation important, but don't get hung up in it. And when you are pre-revenue, a very early stage, yeah, you basically get a standard deal, take it or leave it. There are a million other companies, literally a million other companies that would say yes and jump at the opportunity. So due diligence sounds scary, but it kind of is actually. Every claim you make will be double checked. So everything you said, oh, this is I do business with this company. I've sold this much. My customers are very happy with me. They will call you to talk to your team, to your customers, and to every industry expert that they can find. So in the essence, it is really, yeah, whatever you claim, they will double check. And it's not just a formality, but it's a real sanity check. So for them, okay, we've said yes to this, but we want to know everything about it. It's basically before you would think about yourself, before you would part with your money, if you write someone a check, you would want to know whether they're good for it, whether they're able to run the business, whether they're really able to do what you're, yeah, told that they will do, and not that it's a scam where they, yeah, are just trying to get as much money as possible and then run with it. So this is something that happened. Even IPO examples that where people, yeah, turn out to be a scam. So people are very wary, or investors are very wary about this. It's not just, yeah, formality, but really, yeah, they want to know whether their money is safe and you are able to do it. So this is, in a nutshell, the due diligence. Like I said, it's something that can take maybe also another month or two. So take typically for fundraising about 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 months before you actually are ready to get an investment and the money is in the bank. And the issue is like, yeah, for the entire process to be done, and yeah, your entire fundraising round to be done, yeah, you need to go through a couple of these. So it's not just one due diligence round where every investor does the same thing. They each do their own due diligence round. So like I said, scary stuff, but you can prepare well for it. Now you know. And we come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for your attention. I run a financial consultancy company called Golden Dragon Capital. You can email me at alex@goldendragoncapital.co, so not .com, but .co. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Thank you so much.